Well, today I'm going to talk to you about knee pads. Now, every carpenter should be wearing knee pads when he's working on their knees. And when I was in my 20s, I was invincible. Who needs knee pads? But now that I'm almost 65, I need knee pads. I've got a bad right knee. All the years of kneeling on floors, kneeling on rafters, and doing a lot of jogging and whatnot have worn out my right knee, and it's got arthritis and may someday need a knee replacement. So I want to show you a couple of different knee pads. These are my old school knee pads that are quite common. These are pretty much shot now because I've been wearing them for a couple of years. And one of the things that sort of a fault with these knee pads is that these straps continually stretch out. And during the workday, I find that initially they're on my knees, and then shortly thereafter they're halfway down my shin. So I've replaced them. What I did was I put a little comment on my community page on my YouTube channel asking for advice from different viewers. And of course, you get great answers because there's a lot of people that follow my channel that are professional carpenters, and they've tried all these things. I've got two recommendations. One for these Sellstrom Knee Pro, and also for these Troxells. Now the Troxells are 30% more money than the other ones. I tried both knee pads. These ones are really good. They're really solid. They're almost like a hockey pad. It looks like an elbow pad from hockey. And they've got a hard outer case and some nice foam on the inside. And they provide a really good support. So far the straps are good. The only thing is I wore the knee pads the other day with short pants and they kind of slid around a little bit, so that wasn't quite ideal. Now I realize that short pants is not a good look on old men, but today is going to be 80 degrees outside, really humid, and I just can't wear long pants all day. One of the subscribers on my channel recommended these Troxells, and in fact I got a couple of recommendations for Troxells. And they've got a leather outer shell here, and they're really well built. And the difference is they have a neoprene strap. And the neoprene strap is really good for wearing with short pants, and it doesn't allow the knee pad to slide down. So I'm gonna give them a try, and I just wanna say that, hey, every carpenter should be wearing knee pads because there will come a day when you're old and worn out like I am. Now here's just a fraction of the knee pads that I've owned and used over the years. This is a Benchmark brand. I'm not sure what brand this is. A fairly good knee pad with a gel pack in behind the knee pad itself, but the straps again will fail over time and have these ones that I showed you already that have the Dewalt brand name on them. Here's a pair of Kuny's knee pads. And they certainly did the job when they're brand new, but now these straps, they wouldn't fit around a horse. They're so stretched out. So the whole thing about straps seems to be the downfall of many of these kinds of knee pads. And what I guess you can do, and what I have done, is use tape and just tape the knee pads on, so I at least have something protection on my knees. The job I do, especially with stair railings, is I'm up and down the stairs all the time and out to the saw, inside, outside of the house. So I have to be mobile, but I also have to be able to kneel for substantial periods of time on hardwood floors, on hardwood staircases. Say I'm putting in balusters or something, my knee just won't survive it. So hence I made the inquiry on my community channel and ended up getting these two knee pads that I bought myself. Of course, this is not a sponsored video. One of the things that I think you should look for in a knee pad is this kind of gradual curve on the front of the knee pad, as opposed to these ones from Kuny's with this flat portion. And what happens is when you kneel on these, inevitably your knee pads become out of place during the workday, or if you come down on the corner of the knee pad on this flat section here, there's a tendency for your knee to twist, and if you have knee problems, that's not a good thing. Same thing with these ones here. I do like the durability of these. These would have their place for certain kinds of jobs, but the hard knee pad tends to roll around on the knee more than the ones that are gradual like this. So again, here's another example. These ones have that flat portion on the front. So if you come down on the floor with your knee and you're landing on an edge, on this edge, then it's going to roll your knee. And if you got, you know, a bad arthritis or you have a tear in your knee, it's not going to be great. So I do like this aspect of the Troxell knee pads, just for the softness, the ability for this to work, whether they're turned a little bit one way or another on your knee, and also there's sufficient padding here to provide protection for long periods of work on your knees. The Knee Pro 3, I suspect, because I've worn the Knee Pros for a bit of time, that these straps will go the way of all the others over time, and indeed I did find that when I wore them for any length of time, I'd have to readjust them because they'd slide down my leg because the straps are coming loose. Now these Knee Pro pads, they're actually called a Sellstrom Ultraflex 3 knee pad. They come in a nice little bag here that you can use for storage. A couple of things I like about the knee pad is that they are very well made. This little pad here is a non-marking pad. One of the things I found with the really expensive pads that I had is that there was rivets on them that would leave marks in hardwood floors. Now, I may have had the wrong knee pad designed for hardwood, but that is an issue. So this is a non-marking pad according to the instructions. So you can see I've been working on a floor here, hopping around quite a bit on my knees, and these Troxell knee pads have really stayed exactly in the right place with the short pants even because of these neoprene straps, and that's the secret. And not only that, they're very comfortable, smooth, so the edges, there's no edges to catch on anything. So yeah, that's why I like these knee pads so much. So the Troxell pads have a adjustable strap, so what you can do is once you've worn them for a bit, you can figure out what length you need, what is optimal for you, and actually cut the strap to suit, and it shows you on the instructions that you can cut it between the stitching, and I haven't done that, maybe I will, but anyway, that's an added feature. Anyway, I think these are probably the best purchase right now for me. Time will tell though. This is the issue with watching reviews and doing reviews, is that the best review is done 2 or 3 years after you've owned something, not 2 or 3 months. In the past, I had employees and I did big renovations and we were doing a lot of hardwood floors. I had a pair of Proknee knee pads, and I'll put a link in the description as well. They are very good, but also very expensive, $200 US probably. But you feel like a goalie in hockey walking around with those knee pads on. So it's great if you're doing tiling or if you're doing hardwood floor, but for being able to have protection on your knees and actually be mobile at the same time, I didn't like them. I eventually sold them. So that is my little knee pad review. I know that reviews are, somewhat popular. Let me know in the comments if you like the reviews, if you want me to keep them up. But thank you for watching, and you know, if you're a stair railing guy or a finishing guy, invest in a decent pair of knee pads. It'll pay off later on. Take care. We'll see you on the next video. Now, I'm working on this floor in my cabin and wearing these Troxels, and I have to tell you that these are the best knee pads I've used. I've been working for, you know, a couple hours on my knees, and they haven't slipped down on my knees. They're still in the right position, and they're very comfortable to spend a lot of time on your knees. So these get my vote for knee pads for carpentry work.